center of the universe, at the border between the light and the dark, stands Castle Grayskull. For countless ages, the sorceress of Grayskull has kept this universe in harmony. But the armies of darkness do not rest, and the capture of Grayskull is evermost in their minds. For to those that control Grayskull will come the power. The power to be supreme, the power to be almighty, the power to be masters of the universe.
Around the clock, we're gonna rock to the rhythm of the street, up and down the block. Around the clock, we're gonna rock the dreams you give, the space can talk. Wanna be somebody, be a contender. Gotta reach for the sky. If you want it, fight for it, or kiss it goodbye. It's make it or break it. Try to survive. Don't ever say never. Keep your dream alive. Around the clock, we're gonna rock to the rhythm of the beat, up and down the block.
The longer we go without using those guys, the funnier that intro gets every single week.
I think you're absolutely right. Blake, I had a little surprise for you. And I know we're starting late, but, I'm a huge fan of MST3K. And while I was getting clips today, I came across a little educational video that I thought we could just, do a quick little talk through of. So give me just a second. Now, I haven't told you anything about this. So let's rock and roll.
You know what they're thinking. Every youngster goes through it.
All right, really quickly. I think this is from the 60s. Can you hear it? Okay.
Sure.
All right, here we go.
When they visit an airport, little Jimmy, he's the pilot, handsome in his tailored
It's about little Jimmy and Kathy. Okay.
uniform, the leader, confident, poised, and ready to take the big jet anywhere in the world. Kathy, she's the airline stewardess, filling the traditional woman's role of caring for the wants and needs of the passengers.
So far, what are you thinking?
I agree with everything he said so far.
Dreams, well, we tell our children that dreams like these can be achieved with a little luck and a lot of hard work. For some children, perhaps,
Wait for it.
but it can never be more than a dream for Kathy nor Jimmy. Kathy will never have the opportunity to reassure an anxious passenger. Jimmy will never operate the complicated controls of a big jet liner. For Kathy and Jimmy
Middle finger?
are mentally retarded. Kathy will return to her doll, and her dreams of faraway places will be realized only through fantasy.
What are we doing? Why are we opening up Masters of the
And
Universe?
Jimmy will come no closer to a pilot's uniform than his imagination and a paper airplane can take him.
Stop.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh.
What are we doing?
He's Blake. I'm Ronnie. All the good names are taken podcast.
What a M. Night Shyamalan swerve he threw at us right there. Jesus Christ.
You're thinking these two kids. He's talking about their first off, you think he's talking about the adults, and then they throw another one at you with, it's Jimmy and Kathy or whatever the names are over here. They're going to be, no, they can't do it. Can't do it at all.
R word, first 5 minutes.
There you go. Blake, it's been quite a day. I'm very surprised that we're even on right now. I had to go somewhere. You had family things happening today, and I didn't want to scrap Masters of the Universe, but you know how it is. We've got a schedule. If we'd have missed it, just like what was the Bruce Willis movie that we didn't do? Yeah, I can't remember that either. This would have went to the back of the line. So I'm glad we're here talking 1987's Masters of the Universe. Are you okay?
I'm good.
Is everything good? You want to get right into it? Anything you need to talk about? P45, We Ruined Terminator. Lots of good videos. If you guys want to check it out, I'll probably put the We Ruined Terminator out tomorrow, Blake, or either Friday, and let everybody that's not a channel member watch it. I thought the P45 worked out really well. I thought that was a fun video to make. So if you hadn't checked it out, go check it out. Me and Blake talking about Porky's 45th reunion convention that's taking place here in a few years.
It's always fun to make videos like that every now and then.
Well, I mean, if we could just make videos like that, I think it would be great. All right, really quickly in the chat, let's say hello to some people, Blake, and then we'll get on with Masters of the Universe. Jim Bob's in the chat. Jet said he's not going to make it tonight, I guess because we went so late. Allie's in the chat. Nick's in the chat. Who else? And Brett, P45, can't wait, is in the chat. Thanks for everybody that hung around and is checking out the show 2 hours after we would normally have started. Blake.
So Ronnie, my go-to as a kid was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman.
Yeah.
Would you say that your go-to was He-Man and Transformers? Or no?
Okay, are we talking toys or are we talking
Really both toys and cartoon, because I'm trying to compare here, like how excited I was when that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie come out in 1990, and I want to see if it relates to your excitement in 87 when you found out they were making a He-Man movie.
Okay, first off, to answer your original question, every day I come home off the bus, Transformers was on WGN, would watch it, loved it. Everything was great. He-Man was a different story for me. We had the old school satellite in the backyard. You remember that? The only time I got to watch the He-Man cartoons was like if I would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. I could catch it on one of those wild, weird channels that the satellite would pick up. It was never on any Saturday morning cartoons channels that I would normally watch, ABC, NBC, CBS. At least I couldn't find it if it was on there. So it was more of a struggle to find Masters of the Universe. Now, with that being said, I got up plenty of mornings at that time to watch the hour block of He-Man, and I loved He-Man. I loved Transformers. When it come to toys, I had way more He-Man than I did Transformers. I had I almost said Camp Crystal Lake. It's what's the name of He-Man? Castle Grayskull. I had Snake Mountain.
Yeah, I remember this was long after you moved out. I remember playing with these castles and not knowing what they were, but just using them, with my Ninja Turtles and Batman figures and Wrestling Man and stuff like that. I actually used your He-Man action figure as Sid Vicious in my wrestling league.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, I don't think we've ever told anybody. We used to have our own little wrestling federation where we took one of those, those WWE rings, and every action figure we had would be a part of the federation, and we'd built territories and everything like that. But to answer your question, I was more excited about 1990s Ninja Turtles than I was about 1987's He-Man, because at 7 years old and not knowing what previews or anything like that, I didn't know it was coming out. So it was nothing to get pumped for. Back in 1990, we had the previews, we had all that stuff to get us pumped up for Ninja Turtles coming. So it was sort of like a surprise one day when I walk into the video store and there's He-Man or Masters of the Universe sitting there. And then when I watched it, I mean, I guess I should wait for the review for this, but when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is great. I loved it from the very beginning of it. But what I noticed the most was how the action figures in Walmart started to change with the new movie coming out. So the traditional He-Man that I had, and I had a ton of them, now they were starting to look like Dolph Lundgren with the cape, and they were starting to look like Blade and the Frank Langella Skeletor and Gwildor. And I didn't like the fact that they were changing from the toys that I'd known forever. You know me and change. So my whole childhood can be summed up with wrestling figures, Transformers, and He-Man. I never got into G.I. Joe, but those were my go-tos right there. So yeah, I mean, I love everything about it.
And your thoughts as a kid on the He-Man movie?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I mean,
So you're not one of these purists. It's like it had nothing to do with the cartoon. What's going on?
it's a effing cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I don't want to piss anybody off. It's like somebody says they're a Halloween purist. What the hell does that mean? That you just like the first movie?
I guess.
I mean,
I don't. Why? I don't want to get off on that, but like, I don't know how you can be mad at these last three movies, and not be mad at Halloween 5, Halloween 6,
Halloween 2,
Resurrection. I mean, I don't know how you could say. I don't know. The whole thing is stupid to me.
Yeah. He-Man purist. I'm sure most of them are in jail. Pedophiles.
Brett, we're talking about both, really, both. And I actually, next video Ronnie and I make, I'll have some Hasbros in the background. I had to dig them out of my storage building, but I actually started collecting them about 8 years ago. I bought 4 or 5, Ronnie, and then I quit. It's the old school ones too, from the early 90s.
Okay, so I'm talking. I had the big rubber ones.
Yeah.
I had about 7 of those.
I remember you had Iron Sheik, you had Hillbilly Jim. I remember Jesse the Body Ventura. I'm sure you had them all. I think I remember a Hulk Hogan that was missing a leg.
Andre the Giant, Big John Studd, Hogan.
I do remember those.
Yeah.
You had them all, dude.
I had a bunch of them with the huge ring that was great and the belt that come with it. And then we graduated to, I guess they're LJN figures. And I like the LJN figures a lot better.
I love them. The little ones.
Yeah, they matched up with the other action figures of other toys way better. So it was great. And we'd spent hours making belts out of paper and construction paper when we'd lose our belts. We had name a territory and we did
it. Yeah, we did it.
And we had it. So yeah, I can understand. Back to He-Man, Blake. I can understand.
Alley 7.
I can understand why people might be mad going into this movie because there's no Orko. But then you have to use a little common sense. I know it's 1987 and everybody wasn't as smartened up as they are now when everybody knows pretty much everything about a movie and its budget. But there was no possible way to make an Orko. So they gave us the little midget. I mean, they gave us Gwildor. There was no Battle Cat. Okay, that I was disappointed by no Battle Cat. I was disappointed that it was just straight He-Man. They changed it a little bit. He's just always He-Man, and there's no Prince Adam. So there's no dueling roles for Dolph Lundgren there, where he's playing Geeky Adam, and then he changes into He-Man. So there's some things you could pick apart, but overall, this is not the best movie in the world. But this is my He-Man movie. I mean, I've seen this movie a ton. I'm guilty of wearing the VHS tape out on this movie back when we had the old school Viewers Choice pay-per-views that we got off the satellite for free. It would stay playing all day, at least until Dad got home to turn it. I love this movie.
Find something.
Yeah. I love this movie, and I'm going to enjoy the hell out of talking about this movie. Because
I'm glad you said that because, like, different perspective here. This is my He-Man too. This is my only experience with He-Man. I never watched the cartoon growing up. I didn't watch Kevin Smith's cartoon he came out with a few years ago. All I know about He-Man is Dolph Lundgren and Principal from Back to the Future. This is my He-Man too.
Yeah, I wish I don't know his name. Somebody in the chat to tell us his name.
I just had it.
But he played the same character 100 times throughout the 80s. And
can you believe he's still alive, Ronnie? He's like 92 years old. His name's James Tolkien.
James Tolkien. That's it. But I figured we'd do it like we normally do it, Blake. I have some pictures. We can go character to character. And then I've got another black and white movie we can watch. And then we'll talk about it. I've got clips. And if you see anything in the chat that's just we need to talk about, then we'll talk about it. First off, Blake, boom, check out Stud City right here. Dolph Lundgren as He-Man in this movie. How would you rate?
I'm always going to give Dolph Lundgren a 10 out of 10, but let me throw some hard hitting questions at you, Ronnie, and y'all feel free to throw yours in the chat too. Ronnie, 1987, who do you want to be He-Man?
I didn't care. I mean, obviously in 87, the go-to would be the most jacked up stars. I mean, it's gonna be hilarious to say Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he's coming off Conan, so
Yeah.
just put a blonde wig on him. I mean, I think this was a great choice.
I do
think it was
too.
a great choice. They could have went and found one of those guys from American Gladiators with the frizzy hair,
Or one of the what's the twins, Ronnie, that we reviewed a couple of months ago?
Barbarian Brothers.
The Barbarian Brothers.
So there you go with that. But I mean, he did great. I mean, I don't know his fault. I mean, look at him right here. He's got the face, he's got the chiseled body. Now they went with a new outfit right here for him, but it's a movie. They're going to change it up a little bit from the actual action figures in the cartoon. But he's got everything you want right here. And what I find amazing as you dig into this is he had a clause in his contract where he got 3 attempts to do the lines right, or they were going to dub his voice like they did Arnold Schwarzenegger in Hercules in New York.
Great movie.
Yeah. And did you think his talking was that bad in this movie?
We are not your enemies. No, I thought he was great. I mean, sounded good to me. It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. I'm running from you. You're naked. You're naked in an alleyway. I'm running from you.
A guy in a cape. That's what I'm running from. So, and that was another thing. If I was going to complain about something with this movie, it would be that all He-Man fans, we're all about Eternia. We're about that planet and everything that goes on that planet. Now, going back to common sense, you can't have a movie in 1987 on Eternia with the budget that this movie had, even though this movie had a $25 million budget.
I was about to say, Ronnie, they only had $25 million. What do you expect from them?
I mean, so let's go to Detroit and let's get to Earth as fast as possible. What did they spend $25 million on? The effects from going from one reality to another or one planet to another?
Yeah. They had to buy a pink Cadillac. They are, whenever Skeletor arrives at Earth and him and the rest of the stormtroopers, they're riding these hovercrafts in there. So, I mean, there's some good special effects. Every time the key comes up, we get some animation.
That was the only picture and video that I wasn't able to get due to time constraints, was when Skeletor finally gets to Earth. It's pretty freaking cool because he's got all that tech. He's just floating across the street there with his army. I mean, so like I said, what did you think about Dolph Lundgren?
I thought he was good. I mean, like I said, off the top of my head, I don't know who you get to play that role. Like in the chat, someone said Mark Singer, but he was already Beastmaster. So, I mean,
Mark Singer weighs 132 pounds.
Honestly, how big is Dolph Lundgren, though? I mean, I know he's jacked, but he's like 190 jacked. Yeah, he's like 190 jacked.
Yeah, he's like Mark Singer next to Dolph Lundgren will look like that ferret or whatever it is the Beastmaster walks around with.
Jim Bob said that laser whip and lightning, that was all real. That's what cost $25 million.
Oh my God. There you go. That explains it. Now we know. Okay, so you want to go through the faces first? He-Man, you got Man-at-Arms. Everybody knows Man-at-Arms. I was kind of disappointed they didn't make him green.
So Man-at-Arms is like number 2 to He-Man?
He's like the king's...
Is he Robin to Batman?
No, he's King Randor's general of his army.
Now, there's no King Randor in this movie, Ronnie, so you...
Yeah, but Man-at-Arms is here. So Man-at-Arms is like he's in charge of the army. If I'm wrong, they'll fix me in the chat.
So is King Randor dead already at this point in this movie? Has Skeletor killed him in Eternia?
Yeah, that's a plot point they left out. King Randor was slaughtered when Skeletor and them invaded Castle Grayskull with the key. But He-Man's so worried about the sorceress, a.k.a. Ross Geller's wife. I mean, Geller's mom from Friends. That
or you could say Monica's mom.
Yeah, Monica's mom.
Who's also in this movie.
Wow.
Jesus, Ronnie, I thought that's where you was going.
No, I'm off my game tonight.
Allie says Man at Arms is the head janitor at Eternia.
Well, there you go. And it looks like it. He's got a nice helmet. He's got that mustache. He's talking about a mustache ride later on when they're at the barbecue joint.
Rib bones.
You got his daughter Tila, aka the stewardess from Commando.
Commando, yep, should have been the lead in that.
You got Gwildor, who took over for Orko, Billy Barty. 3 hours in the makeup chair is what I read. And there's that key. This whole movie, this whole He-Man movie centers around this mystical key right here that they use, that he invented. He actually bought two keys, created two keys to go from world to world. What are you looking at?
I was trying to get somebody in the kitchen's attention to give me a water, but hey, can I get a water? Can I get a water?
Then we go right here, Blake. This is where I want to spend the majority of my time on. Frank Langella as Skeletor, who was trying to win a freaking Oscar for this movie. I don't know what has just happened behind here. Look at this. Everything's falling. You okay?
I'm better now. Yeah. So what'd you think of this guy's portrayal of Skeletor, Ronnie? Because it's pretty beloved on the internet.
Yeah, I love it. I think he treated it like somebody who was a fan of the series and a fan of the toys. And it turns out his son was a big fan of the cartoon and had
Whoa. Allie just said she's disappointed that Tila wasn't hotter. Now, Ronnie, was Tila a hot character in the cartoon? Because I think this chick's pretty smoking hot right here. I mean, that's not the best picture you pulled, but we all know the stewardess from Commando. She's solid.
I mean, it's a woman. I mean, what do you want me to say?
87. Who do you put in that role, Ronnie?
87. Tila would be.
It should have been Julia Dreyfus.
There you go. I don't know, dude. I don't know any actors. Today would not be the show to axe me anything because I hit my head on the door earlier. I put a crack in the door.
Go back to Skeletor. I want to point out that they put all this makeup on him just to make him look like Jack Palance.
He does look like.
Why not cast Jack Palance? Look at that.
Here's what I never understood about the Skeletor, even in the show. His face is a skeleton. It's his skull, right? So in this movie, shouldn't it have been like a harder mask? I'm not saying that makeup looks good. That's my makeup. That's my live action Skeletor. But you can see it moving around, and it should look like a skull, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just know that I like the way Skeletor looks regular than the way they make him look at the end when he gets even more powerful. Like I love
he's so dark and menacing right here that when he does turn into Golden Skeletor at the end of it, that you know who he kind of reminds me of? He reminds me of, is it Red Skull in the what movie? Is it Captain America? It's Captain America. Yeah. Especially when he's falling at the end in that tunnel and his cape comes off. He reminds me of Red Skull a little bit. And then they threw in, the one of the great things about Masters of the Universe is all the crazy characters that they created to make new toys. And Skeletor had a ton of henchmen. And the only one they kept true to form was Beastman. Okay. What about Evil Lynn? Well, let's go to her. Evil Lynn and those Jet Vania wanted me to mention her eyes. Her eyes, just that actress's eyes is nuts. But she does really well in this movie portraying Evil Lynn. She took it seriously. It's not like a campy thing. And then there at the end, she pulled such a Evil Lynn thing to do, which was bail right before Skeletor gets beat. I don't know what it's called when you win an award or Oscar for wardrobe, but I mean, go back to that. Look how good her outfit looks, man. Like, I don't know how she's supposed to look in the cartoon, but look at that, man. That's fantastic. Everywhere you look online says her costume weighed 45 pounds and she could only stand up with it on, and it left bruises all over her body. I mean, And like you can see her holding the cosmic key because this whole movie centers around the cosmic key.
I know she's in They Live. What else is she known for, Ronnie?
No idea.
I love it.
They introduced. Look, I tell you, I do not know anything today. My brain is fried. Do not ask me anything other than what I've got listed right here. If ask the chat, they're smarter. They can figure it out. They introduced some little henchmen. This one right here named Kark. He looks like that girl that died from Poltergeist. And they introduced what I thought had the potential to be the most interesting character, which was Blade right here with one eye. And he was a swordsman. And we get a scene later on and you find out, they never tell us this, but the lore tells us that He-Man is the one that took his eye. So,
okay,
in a battle. So there's a scene where he goes, "I've been waiting for this," and he's saying that because the last time they had a battle, He-Man cut his eye out.
Okay, so go back to Blade, Ronnie. I want to point out something that I did read right as we were signing on. Guess which one of Brad Wesley's henchmen that is?
I know exactly who that is. That's the one that stabs Wade Garrett with the knife.
That's right. Good job.
I would have never known that until you just said he was in Roadhouse. I just know the face. He's the one sitting in the Bigfoot and going, uh-oh.
Uh-huh. That's him.
So
what are all these people doing here?
He's the one that gets his leg twisted. You're right.
Drinking and having a good time.
That's why we're here.
Got a super chat, Ronnie.
Already?
Yep.
All right, we'll get to it. Hang tight, people.
Lords of Salem. I've never seen that, Jim Bob. There's so many movies I haven't seen, Ronnie.
Real quick, let's get to this right here, and then we'll get to the chat, Blake. First video clip I have is, let me see. Where am I at?
While you're looking for stuff, I cannot tell you how excited I am for The Flash, Ronnie. I mean, I know I don't think I've been to the movies since Halloween 2018. I cannot wait to go see Michael Keaton on the big screen as Batman. Cannot wait. Him and Affleck are back. There's a rumor, Ronnie. There's a rumor. Do you want to hear the rumor or no?
Yeah, hit me with it.
There's a rumor that they land in a universe where Nick Cage is Superman.
That
no
rumor.
Reaction?
Well, look, I'm trying to find something. Leave me alone.
I got you. Okay, I'll leave you alone.
All right, so this is some of the shots I have of Eternia. See, I don't like this. My shit's all messed up. Edit.
What's with the cussing? Hey, we can't get the bottom half of Skeletor with this technology?
What technology?
That's what I'm saying. Like whatever kind of projector screen they're using. I mean, Skeletor's only upper body only.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. He's projecting. Okay, this movie starts off, Blake, and Skeletor has already taken Castle Grayskull. We find out that he got in there with a cosmic key that Gwildor built for Evil Lyn. Did not know Evil Lyn was part of Skeletor's henchmen, which means Gwildor's an idiot, or parts of Eternia are all sheltered from Skeletor.
I didn't know she was evil.
Here's the thing. If they have the technology, or Skeletor has the power to project himself to the people of Eternia, surely he's done it before. I mean, because you can see 3 random losers down there that are talking about, just staring while Skeletor's like, all right, I got He-Man. I just wanted to show that because I thought it was really cool how he projects himself to put, to put fear into everybody. Or is this a situation where you can only do that from Castle Grayskull? And if that's only a power that they have at Castle Grayskull, is the sorceress always projecting herself to the people of Eternia? And if so, it turns into like a communist type thing where the dictator that's ruling everything. Also, by the way they just breezed over the sorceress, she's already captured. Skeletor's draining her power. She's literally nothing in this movie, and she plays a big role in the cartoon.
Yeah, in the cartoon, it turns out Grayskull it doesn't like it's a nice place, but in the cartoon, does Grayskull look like 2004 Iraq like it does in this movie?
Yeah, like the whole Eternia looks like Saudi Arabia. So, or Iraq post-war or Afghanistan post-war. So, yeah, it all looks horrible, Blake. Nick Push coming through, Blake.
I'm Blake, Prince of Mississippi.
Thanks, Nick Push. $1.99 super chat for Blake's H2O fund. I'm guessing water fund. Is that what he's talking about, Blake? What's going on here?
Well, I mean, it's Nick Push's Hard Channel. He's probably talking about Halloween 20 years later.
Oh, I see. I don't understand it. But Blake, because it's Nick Push and because it's a special night, I have a special clip for him, Blake.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Somebody say, hey, we want some.
Who takes the time to make that? I love it. Jesus. Uh-oh. Fantazi says he's got to dip out. Take care, Fantazi. Love you, brother.
See you, Chris. Don't break your toe. All right. So here we go, Blake. We're probably going to get dinged tonight because I got so many videos, but I guess I need to set the movie up first. I'm all over the place because we started late. The movie starts off, everything's already in distress. The one thing I noticed, Blake, about this movie that worried me when I watched it as a 7-year-old, who the hell are all the people dressed like stormtroopers from Star Wars? And later on as an adult, I find out that Mattel, right before the movie started filming, said, oh, yeah, by the way, He-Man can't kill anybody. All right, even though it's a movie about a guy with a sword killing people, he can't kill anybody. So they had to recreate all of these stormtrooper-looking henchmen that were robots that he could kill throughout the whole movie, and it's not really considered a kill. Stern, what are you talking about? These are kids. It only counts half a point. So these guys are everywhere, which I think I would have enjoyed it more if it was all Skeletor's henchmen and he killed them off one by one in some rated R masterpiece.
Yeah,
Yep.
This is the movie that the only kill in this movie was Cannon getting killed, from what I read. this killed Cannon, you know.
Let's see.
It also killed a Spider-Man movie that was supposed to come out.
And Superman 5. Okay, so Blake, it all goes down to this right here. Really quickly, there are two main plots going on in this movie. First off, we have the fact that Skeletor has taken Castle Grayskull. He's draining the Sorceress's power. And He-Man and Man-at-Arms and Teela are apparently the only good guys left that can combat Skeletor. Meanwhile, Evelyn has a cosmic key. They find Billy Bartle, Gwildor. He's got a cosmic key. He accidentally leads them to Earth, where we run into the second plot, which is Courtney Cox's Julie, who is mourning the death of her parents, who apparently are super rich because they fly planes, and the dad had a DUI in the plane, and you don't come back from that. They crashed the plane. They're dead. I don't know if she's supposed to be in high school. Is she supposed to be in high school? Because This is ridiculous that she's living by herself in high school.
I think maybe she's a year out of high school, Ronnie.
Well, that would make more sense. Kevin is her boyfriend. She's moving all the way across the country away from Kevin, the loser, and the fact that that's where her parents are buried. So those are the two main plot points that's going on in the movie. Once He-Man and the crew hit Earth, they can't find the key. The key is damaged. They have to find a way to fix the key to get back to Eternia. Meanwhile, Skeletor has a what am I looking for? Is where he can locate the other key. So they come to Earth. A battle ensues. He just wants He-Man brought back to Eternia so he can make He-Man kneel in front of him on that big projection screen so everybody else will know he's the guy in charge. And all through it, we see all kind of crap. So I'm going to go to my two favorite scenes, Blake, that all involve the barbecue place.
They do make that chicken look good, and the ribs look good in this movie.
Don't worry, this fat bitch is going to be eating it. Edit. Here we go.
3,000 of Skeletor's crack troops Break into the force field and free the sorcerer.
Now, obviously, obviously, Man at Arms is being sarcastic here, but He-Man knows no sarcasm.
Fight off 2,000 or 3,000 of Skeletor's crack troops. Break into the force field and free the sorceress.
Right.
Right.
If we're going to split up, we'd better synchronize our personal locators.
Personal locators, Blake, aka what?
iPhones.
You both ready? And
If you find the key, activate the
sourcing signal.
Good journey.
Good journey, Ronnie. So Gwildor invented a teleportation device and a time travel device all in one.
Yeah, because at the end we find out he can go to any point in time. He can go to any reality, any planet. He's Bill Gates.
I love time travel movies, Ronnie.
Good journey.
This is better than Back to the Future.
And now Gwildor is so smart that obviously there's no cows on Eternia. He don't know what this is. Or maybe he thinks he's still in a cartoon. Okay, I got one for you, Blake. Is this movie better? Is this movie better if at the beginning of it, it's the He-Man cartoon and we go through those same scenes and then they escape into a live action movie? I can almost say it with a straight face.
No, it's not better. He-Man just cuts this cow in half.
Dude, that would be awesome. Like
He just
Conan did.
he just cuts it in half.
Like Conan the Librarian did. He thought he was trying to kill Gwildor.
I'm going. Boom.
Cut its udders off.
Give me your honest thoughts on Gwildor, the character. What do you think?
Loved it as a kid. Pretty silly as an adult. Like you said, he's supposed to be a genius, but you know we have a lot of silliness with him. Is he supposed to be? Is it a Yoda ripoff? Old wise, you know, silly, whatever it is.
Midget. Here it is, Robbie's Barbecue, Blake. A-frame. You know, you never go wrong with an A-frame barbecue place. That's what my great grandma told me.
Chili dogs, hot dogs, fries, and shakes, Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Come again.
Here we go. Courtney Cox, Julie.
9 out of 10. This is prime Courtney Cox. I think Jim Bob put in the chat. This is prime Dancing in the Dark, Courtney Cox.
Don't worry, Julie. They got fast food in Jersey.
All right, put some more salt on them fries.
They got fast food in Jersey.
Saying that's the only place she's going to be able to work.
Yep.
I got a going away present for you, but it isn't wrapped.
Hey, what is that in the background there? What arcades are those?
Oh, that's a good point. You know who else is in Jersey? Pat. Go see him.
If you break up with Kevin Corrigan.
If you break up with Kevin Corrigan, the guy who's in a band, he's in a band.
The guy who's spending what should be his last night with her, he should be bedding her down. Instead, listen to me play this keyboard. And it's the worst crap you've ever heard. He's like, what do you think that'd be? What do you think that is for the dance? It's terrible.
Yeah, nobody's going to like it. They're going to stare at you like at the end of Back to the Future.
You will regret it for the rest of your life.
Monica, this is not the 7th grade anymore. Kevin's changed. I've changed.
Here we go. Here's my favorite scene.
He's different now. Fine, except for two things.
Look how good this chicken looks.
A, you still love him, and B, he still loves you.
She's just changing in the back, too.
Kevin doesn't need me or my problems.
Look at that. Look at that.
Gosh,
fat
man.
ass eating.
That's so perfect.
I just feel if I stayed,
Julie, I know it's hard right now, but
This is pre-Me too, Ronnie. So you just walk by and do anything at this point.
You just, God, what's the matter with you?
you don't have to move away.
yes, I do.
How are you moving away? Did she take the parents'
Insurance, life
life
insurance on both of them. Plus, she's living in a huge house. Probably already got a buyer lined up for it, Ronnie. I mean, ain't this the place where that guy got beat up by the cops in real life?
Yes.
The thing for me to do right now is to get 3,000 miles away from Kevin, my house, this town, and everything, and just start out fresh.
Allie says it's Pac-Man and Centipede.
There you go.
That's Kevin. I'm gonna miss you.
God, I'm going to miss you.
Jim Bob says Linda Hamilton's inside chewing on a drumstick. Is that? Oh, he's saying that girl looks like Linda Hamilton. I got you. Okay.
Look at that. She brings in some chicken. Look at this idiot driving around in a van.
Fantastic, dude. It's 87, Ronnie. I mean, that's where it's at.
We're gonna get dinged for this stupid "I'm living in a cardboard box" song.
Living in a cardboard box. Not if I talk over it the whole time.
8:30.
Good. Retro mullet. It's not even a cool mullet.
What time's your bus to the airport? Is that what?
He's not even driving. He's not even driving to the
Can
airport.
you not drive your girlfriend of 7 years to the airport?
He's busy. He's got a big gig at the high school, Blake. He's got to go hang out with that weirdo at the sound shop on Main Street.
Jean jacket.
Brought us dinner.
Oh boy, Robbie's ribs.
Yeah, I thought it's something different for a change.
Oh yes.
Comedy.
Well,
Yeah, let's get this asshole off the screen. I'm sorry.
He sucks, man.
He does.
Ludwig, this is for real. He says that 12 times in this movie.
What?
Ludwig, you don't understand. This is for real.
This is for real, all right?
You had it queued up and ready to go. That's why I love you. This is for real, all right? You don't even know.
This is for real, all right?
No shit. We're getting shot at. I mean, I know it's for real.
Yeah. What gave it away?
Edit. Sorry about the cussing. Okay, here's the next scene, Blake, because they actually look for the key for like 5 seconds, and we didn't even bring up the fact when they jumped through this portal, Gwildor would have died because he landed face first in a mud puddle that took Man-at-Arms and He-Man to pull it out of. So he would have smothered, suffocated to death right there. So here's the next scene at Robbie's Chicken. I got to find it. It's not in alphabetical order. Sorry. Here it is.
sure.
Look at this place. It's sort of like the place from License to Drive. You got cool music outside. Everybody's parked.
Dude, it's nothing like Archie's Atomic. Get out of here.
I'm gonna see people trying to screw outside here in a second. And they're so out of place. That's another thing watching this as an adult, the way they're dressed. Like He-Man's walking around naked. Man-at-Arms is walking around with a helmet on. And she's walking around in a full body condom. Good jump. What if he'd have blasted her right there?
Don't ever sneak up on me like that.
This is my sector. You're not supposed to be here.
An old soldier learns
I
to
smelled
follow.
food.
Oh, Father, you're always hungry.
I'm not always hungry.
Look at this. Mad.
During the siege of Cray, 30 days without rations.
What do you
Is it
think?
good,
what do you think
good
the siege-
continuity, Ronnie? Is he really her dad in the cartoon also?
Yeah, he is. What do you think? What is the Siege of Cray? What battle was that? He-Man and Man-at-Arms versus who?
I couldn't tell you.
Father, the sorceress, we must find the key.
We're not going to save Eternia if we die of starvation.
I
That's
haven't
true.
eaten 10 minutes.
Wait, look.
Look at this dude getting it out there.
Dude, they met in the middle. That's what I love.
And look at there's people over there sitting outside the place eating. They're just going to make out in front of them.
While we wait on our ribs to get here, let's make some screw. California license plate.
I was doing that before you were even born.
The natives, Father, they're in the bushes.
Oh, I thought he was doing something else in the bushes. Ah. Look at that idiot. They didn't put a whole lot of makeup on Billy Barty either.
God, what was that noise you was making?
You know.
Bushes.
It's called finishing, Ronnie.
I never noticed that filth before, Blake. It's going to be one of those reviews where we just turn it extremely nasty.
It gets so stupid. As a overweight person, my favorite parts of the movie is everything involving Robbie's chicken and ribs. And Gwildor's going to get barbecue sauce all over his face, and I wanted to kiss the bastard when I was a kid.
They end up at the Kevin because he can't spend 2 seconds without thinking about his music. They go to see where Julie's parents are buried one last time. They find the cosmic key, in a crater in the bushes, and he says this is one of these Japanese synthesizers, which is ridiculous. They go to the high school gymnasium to set up for his sound test, which apparently he's the only one in the band because he's the only one doing the sound test. He needed Fantazi there to help with the sound.
Yeah, he did.
He needs to decide to go see his buddy, the weirdo on Main Street. He leaves her there by herself, and she's attacked. And this poor school janitor here.
Never understood how you got pictures that small for those things.
You just cut them. People that don't know, that's what the portal looks like. That's where the 25 million went. Are they called the Illusions? Is that the name of the band? Or Fantasies up at the top?
No, the Illusions is the name of the band. Around the World Fantasy is the theme of the dance, Ronnie.
Oh, okay. What's the best theme of the world dance?
I don't know.
Dance, I guess I should say. What's the best dance theme? Under the Sea?
It's got to be Enchantment Under the Sea. I think that's the most famous, right?
Yeah. Now it'd probably be 80s. Look at this. That dude coming backwards.
What's the... Yeah. There's always one that goes down backwards.
What's great right here is this janitor is still at the school.
Carl, is that you?
Now, I know you're disappointed, but I like to think that this is a crew right here, Ronnie. I mean, this is a effing crew, man.
Well, here's another thing about it that I haven't even brought up. When they're introduced, Evelyn goes, "Here are your mercenaries." And then she introduces all of them to Skeletor. If they're his mercenaries, they should have been working for Skeletor for over the years. So he should know all four of them. Why are we getting an introduction? Obviously, so the audience knows who they are. But why are we getting an introduction of these guys that Skeletor should know? You're right, though. They're a crew, and Skeletor ends up killing that lizard thing.
Yeah.
Kevin, if this is some kind of joke, it's really not funny.
Let's go cut her effing head off.
Sanatos, sir. Here comes the janitor.
Dude, I forgot about this. Like, he don't even know what's going on. He is cutting a promo before he opens the door, Ronnie.
They cut the bib of his hat off.
Listen, you kids can't just come in.
Now, imagine the knife is in his gut right now. Like,
yeah.
he just stabbed him. Like, what? You're really setting the tone of the movie with that.
Well, his name is Blade for a reason. He don't
Look at all those cokes up against the wall, Ronnie.
I could sell them.
Why has he got a Letterman's?
He just graduated.
He's the captain?
Yeah, he's captain. He's getting his ass whipped. Look at that.
Dude.
Dead. That
So
is dead.
rewind it just a hair. He got punched in the face, but he is coming through the door face down like Superman. Watch this.
I don't know, Blake. But they burned down the gym, and it's when they see 150 fire trucks going by is Kevin realizes, hey, Julie's at the gymnasium. So he runs to the gymnasium. It's burnt down. He meets Lubick. We talked to Tolkien for the first time, and Tolkien he's got a bad habit of licking his lips.
He's got cotton mouth really bad, and you get the idea that Lubick is like a joke on the Force. Like, nobody takes him serious, even though he seems like a veteran, a wily veteran. Ronnie, is that what you would call Lubick?
I think that's what you would call him. It wouldn't be a review, Blake, if we don't show He-Man fighting Blade and Beastman.
Okay.
So they were all chasing Courtney Cox. Earlier we played "This All Right."
It's all right. It's all right. What are you afraid of?
He-Man's running around in a pair of panties and a damn cape. There are one of those stormtroopers I told you about that he can kill.
Was He-Man's hair always perfect in the cartoon?
It was absolutely perfect.
Okay.
And at the end of the intro, he punched you.
Oh, a quarter.
Boom, dead, robot. Look, and another thing, they take the Star Wars route here with the shooting of the lasers at everybody. all the He-Man fans in the chat, were you disappointed by not enough sword play in this movie and it was more shooting with lasers and stuff like that, or do you think it was okay? Blasted. She's not helping at all. Then she saves his life.
What do you want her to do?
I want her to get out there and fight. Like that right there. All right, Beast Man right here. We can talk about him forever. He had the worst prosthetics of anybody in this movie. The dude's mouth had to be forced open the whole time because the mask kept his mouth open. The red in the background of your screen right now is pretty awesome because it looks like a red X on the top of your ceiling. It's awesome. Now it's a green X, like DX. Fun fact right here, he's really sandbagging him like Tenzai did Ryback. Boom. I was in a fight one time, Blake, and I tried this right here when the guy had me around the neck. I woke up 2 hours later. Here we go. Here's what I was talking about. He took his eye.
I've waited a long time for this.
I mean, theoretically, if you got two swords, Ronnie, if you go high and low at the same time, you should. You should get him, right?
What
if you do one of these?
Or if he
scissor me with the swords.
Scissor me, He-Man. What if he did the whole I've been waiting a while for this, and He-Man swings around and just takes his head off his shoulders?
What if he just killed He-Man right away?
Oh, and then the Man-at-Arms takes over.
My sword!
What did he say? My sword?
Who said that? Which one said that?
My sword!
Uh-oh. Crypt Keeper snuck up on her.
Best thing in the movie right there. So that's He-Man fighting. And there's some subplots with Lubick and trying to arrest Kevin. Skeletor shows up, shoots the green shit at Courtney Cox. She's about to die. And then it's all about the fight scene at the end of it. And unfortunately, Blake, at the end of this movie, they ran out of money. And the last scene they got to shoot is the scene I'm fixing to show you here in a second, where He-Man swings his sword and breaks Skeletor's little, whatever you call it.
Scepter.
And after that, the fight gets really stupid because it's all in black and it's in darkened area. The whole fight's in a dark area, and they had to do that because they came back later with a little bit of extra money and filmed the scene. Otherwise, we never would have saw Skeletor die, or we thought he died, or any of that. The movie would just ended, probably not got released. So the fact that they come back, they was able to finish the movie. Meanwhile, Lubick and the rest of the idiots end up back in Eternia right in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, Kevin uses his musical skills. He's able to remember the tones of the key.
Yeah.
And he plays the tones, and it actually teleports him and everyone that's around him, including the car and half the building.
Yeah, because Gwildor tells everybody, tells the audience too, the universe is harmony, and music can take you wherever. So he's got to match the tones that the cosmic key does. And since he can play a keyboard, he's able to do that and take them back to Eternia. When Skeletor shows up on Earth, he is fisting to kill all of them. But He-Man throws his sword down and says, "You can take me prisoner if you spare my friends." And he says, "We agreed." And he leaves them there on Earth because he thinks he's never going to see them again. And then when they show up in Castle Grayskull, he starts trying to kill them. And this is after he's been whipping He-Man with, what did you say? Jim Bob said the electric whip, the laser whip, over and over. And He-Man still won't kneel. And Skeletor goes, "Kill him." And he goes, you said you wouldn't kill him. And he goes, "I lied." And then that's when He-Man shows that he's just been hanging back, and then he destroys Skeletor. So here's this scene coming up. Let me find it, Blake. I got to find a better way to just have these things ready to go.
Are you ready, Kevin?
So here's what's about to happen. Lubick tells all the policemen to hang back. He's going to go get these guys himself.
Would you rather have a nose like Gwildor or ears like Gwildor?
Good question.
Now here.
Now we get a good shot of him. I definitely would take the nose over the ear. I mean, can I get him fixed with plastic surgery? Or is this permanent?
Nuh-uh.
My ass cheeks already look like his right there. So
Those.
Uh-oh.
is Tila supposed to be super good looking in the cartoon? We never answered that. Any of you perverts in the chat, let us know. Did you think?
I think Allie said she was supposed to be a pretty redhead.
Now, Kevin.
They got Gwildor for that. Also, no He-Man theme. We get this theme throughout the whole movie.
Kills him. He kills him, Ronnie. Hey, Strickland!
What if he shot the cosmic key and destroyed it?
He just blew Gwildor's head off.
Under arrest! Throw down your weapons and place your hands above your heads! You have the right to remain silent. Lubick, you don't understand. The right we've
This is for real.
got to get back. Nobody's going anywhere.
Acting.
Dude, here we go. They're right into the scene right here. They interrupt Frank Langella's 45-minute speech.
Imagine owning your own business, Ronnie, and half your walls missing when you get there in the morning.
And half your car. So Frank Langella got he literally, according to what sites you read, he got in like real good physical shape for this movie because he wanted Skeletor to dress like he was in the cartoon.
Hey, Ronnie.
His chest and abs are showing.
We are no longer live.
Really?
Yeah, we got dinged.
Uh-oh.
Chat's going nuts.